Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Sanctuary. My name is Bertena, and I am your host tonight. We're going to talk about tonight why priestesses don't make resolutions. I'm going to tell the story of a threshold tale for the turning of the year. So sit back, relax, get some cover, a nice warm blanket, and some hot cocoa. There's a moment every year when the light changes. It happens quietly, not at midnight and not when the calendar flips. It happens in the body. The day after the solstice, stretched slowly, like a woman waking from deep sleep. The air holds a kind of stillness, thick and expectant. And somewhere between the last embers of December and the sharp inhale of January, a familiar voice begins to rise. You should be different by now. I know that voice well. I've heard it in journals written years ago, in abandoned planners, and in promises made to versions of myself who were tired, hopeful, and trying to survive. Every year, the world asks women to do the same thing. Fix yourself, improve yourself, become more disciplined, do more, be better. And for a long time, I believed that voice was wisdom until I began to listen deeper. The priestess path does not begin with answers, it begins with listening. And when I finally let the noise fall away, the expectations and the pressure and the endless measuring, I heard a different question rising up from somewhere older than my thoughts. Not, what should I change? But what is asking to unfold through me now? The question does not rush, it waits. It arrives in the body first, as a heaviness or a longing, as grief without words, and as a quiet excitement that you cannot yet explain. A priestess does not force herself into the future. She waits at the threshold until the threshold speaks. There was a time long before resolutions when women understood how to stand at the turning of the year. They did not leap forward. They gathered. They lit fires against the dark. They told the stories that needed telling. They named what had been lost. They wept when the tears came. They rested when rest was required. The new year was not a deadline, it was a doorway, a place where one did not rush because rushing through a doorway meant leaving parts of yourself behind. Modern culture has forgotten this. We close nothing, we grieve nothing, and we release nothing. And then we wonder why the new year feels heavy before it even begins. For a priestess, this forgetting is not harmless. It is disorienting because nothing new can be received when the hands are still full. One of the things that a woman must relearn on the priestess path is how to end well. Endings are not failures, they are initiations. But endings ask something of us. They ask us to sit with what did not work, to name where we outgrew our lives, to bless the identities we are shedding. When we skip this step, when we rush towards intention without release, we carry old vows into new cycles. Vows like, I must prove myself, I must not rest, and I must hold it all together. And then January comes, bright and demanding, and we feel tired before we begin. Release is not erasure, release is reverence. It is the priestess kneeling at the edge of the year and saying, thank you, I see you, I set you down. Priestesses do not build their lives on checklist. We build our lives on embodiment. A checklist tells you what to do, while embodiment asks you who you are becoming. Instead of saying, "This year I will finally get it right," a priestess listens for a word, an energy, or a presence that wants to walk beside of her. Devotion, sovereignty, ease, truth, nourishment. These are not goals, but these are agreements. They change how you move through rooms, how you say yes, how you say no, and how you care for your body when no one is watching. This is not discipline. This is alignment. Now, the world teaches us to fear the unknown. Priestesses are taught to enter into relationships with it. When we consult tarot, oracle, seasons, or intuition, we're not demanding answers. We are asking, what currents are moving beneath the surface? What initiations are approaching? And what wisdom is already present? A priestess does not need certainty. She needs presence and trust. Trust that she will recognize the moment when it arrives. Trust that she will know how to respond, and trust that mystery is not punishment, it is participation. Resolutions fail because they treat the body like a machine. Priestess work knows the body is a threshold. Energy rises and falls. Grief moves like weather. Creativity blooms and then rests, and the nervous system remembers what the mind tries to forget. So instead of asking, what can I maintain every day for a year? We ask, what rhythm will hold me without breaking me? A small devotion, a weekly ritual, a monthly listening practice. This is how priestesses endure, not through force, but through fidelity to the body's wisdom. No woman was ever initiated alone. Priestesses have always gathered. Someone to hear your voice tremble and someone to see you step forward. Someone to hold silence when your words run out. Witnessing is not validation, it is anchoring. It tells the soul that you are seen, you are not imagining this, and that you belong. In a world that fragments women, witnessing restores us. A new spiritual planning party is not about doing more. It's about walking differently. It is about learning how to listen before acting, honor endings, move with cycles, live devotion in ordinary days, trust the quiet voice within, and you do not need to have a list. You lead with a compass. Now, if resolutions have always felt wrong to you, if January makes you want to disappear instead of begin, if you sense there is another way, you are not late. You are remembering, and remembering is the first act of the priestess. Thank you for walking this threshold with me here at Spiritual Sanctuary. May you step into this year slowly. May you listen deeply, and may you trust what is unfolding through you. Remember, if you like this podcast, please click follow or subscribe and share with others. If you would like to know more about the Priestess Path, please visit my website, Bertena, that's BERTENA.org, or email me at Bertena, BERTENA, at Bertena.org. I wish you a wonderful new year and have a wonderful life.